Hi friends, it is the end of the month again, which means it is time to set our journals. And as always, I will show you how I create my digital planner using the Keynote app, but I think you can use PowerPoint to create your digital planner if it is what's available to you. So grab your materials and let's begin. Open the Keynote app and let's create a new presentation. You can choose any theme that you like, but I will be using the basic white as always. Then let's change the slide size in the More option and just tap the document setup. Then slide size and then custom. I'm using the 12.9-inch iPad 2020, so the width that I will be using is 2732 and the height as 2048. These numbers are actually the display resolution of my iPad in pixels, if you are wondering. Once the size is set, let's access the master slide. We won't be needing these text boxes here, so I am removing them. And then let's change the background color. I'm using the gradient effect here for added style. If you have seen my digital planner creation video for the month of May, you might have seen there that I use my dotted grid brush in Procreate to make my pages into dotted page style, and I really found it helpful, so I am again doing that here. The canvas size that I use is the screen canvas, and for the brush, I use my own dotted grid brush as I said. If you already have one, you can use that, but if you don't, I made a step-by-step video on how I created mine, and you can see the link of the video in the upper right corner of the screen or in the description box below. Here I am filling in the entire page, and I am not lifting my pen from the screen until I am satisfied with the entire page. Also, before doing this, make sure that you are satisfied with the size of your brush to make the process faster. And once the entire canvas is set, I am erasing the outermost part of the grid just so I can add a margin of the page. And you can also reposition this grid by activating the arrow icon and moving the element to your preferred position. I am using the split screen view with the Keynote on one side to transfer the grid from Procreate. Tap the brush icon, and I adjusted the opacity to 20% because I want the grid to be subtle. So this is my basic setup, and let's duplicate this one to create another master slide. This master slide will be for my weekly setup, and I want them to have the word June in the right side and the to-do list, financial tracker, and habit tracker on the left side. Here, my Apple Pencil keeps on selecting the text, and if you're experiencing this, just go to the More option and on the Apple Pencil menu, turn on the Select and Scroll. You can also turn off the double tap to switch if you like. And let's go back to the master slide. I just copied the shape that I use in my to-do list just to make the process faster, and I also did that for the text and the line. Let's tap done to go back to the presentation. So for this first slide, I want this to be my calendar page, so I am adding a table which has 7 columns and 5 rows. To change the style of the table, just tap the brush icon. Then on the cell option, tap on the cell border. I want my outer borders to have a bolder border compared to the inner borders. And since I prefer my calendar to start on a Monday, I am changing the borders of the A1 cell. I am also going to do that for the last 4 cells. I'm also adding the month as the header. Now to add a new slide, tap the plus icon and select a master slide. I am going to use the first one that we created. This slide will be my master list page because I love making lists. It makes me feel like I got my life figured out, but no one does. But still, I love the feeling, so I am going with this. I am saying yes to the things that uplifts me and makes me feel good. And I hope you are doing that too, especially right now. I made 3 boxes where I will list down the things that I want to do this month, the books that I want to read or listen to because I've been loving audiobooks lately, and the Japanese words and probably phrases too that I want to learn. For the month of June, there are 5 weeks in it, so I am adding 5 slides using the weekly page master slide. I want to use different formats for the days in each of the week of June. That is why I made the master slide like this. And I usually have a lot more stuff that I want to do during the weekends, so I made the Saturdays and Sundays boxes to be bigger than the weekdays. For the last week of the month, since I will only have 3 days of June, I am adding space where I can write down my goals and plans for the next month. Also, I want to add a space where I can write down my thoughts and stuff like that for each week, so I am going back to the master slide and duplicated my weekly page master slide and just removed the list, and it's left with just the month. On the presentation, I am adding these pages after every week. I also added an extra page on the last week because I want to write down some insights and realizations that I made this month, and also write about the goals I was able to accomplish and also the ones that I did not, and self-reflect whether to continue aiming for those goals and where I need to improve. If all the pages have been laid out, this is where I add the links on my digital planner. This time, I want to have some invisible buttons, so in the master slide, I added these circles on top of the letter J in June, which is linked to the calendar page, which is the first slide, and the letter E, which is linked to the last page, which is the June Insights. And to make the circles invisible, I adjusted the opacity to 0. Also, I copied one of the circles and pasted it in the presentation. I want the letter U to be linked to the previous section and the N to be linked to the next section. So let's add the links for each of the week. You can see the list of links in the screen and you can use those as a guide. And if you have watched my May digital planner creation, I also added links in the calendar page and I really enjoyed using those, so I am also adding them here. And the links are in the screen right now. Once the entire digital planner is set up and you have doubled and triple checked the links, let's export the planner. I will be importing the digital planner directly to GoodNotes, so if you want to do the same, just refer to the steps that I did. If you are done importing the digital planner, make sure to check the links again just to make sure that everything are working properly, because it would be such a hassle if you discover something wrong when you are already using the planner for some time. So I suggest that you spend a little more time to check. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any suggestions or questions or just want to say hi, comment them down below and I will do my best to respond as quickly as possible. And see you next week. Bye!